In 2019 I was with the worst possible person for me. He was a narcissist and a huge cheater, and a year ago tomorrow was the last straw for me. I was aware my boyfriend was cheating on me. It was clear as day. However, he kept manipulating the situation to make me seem like I was crazy and just making it up, so I stayed. Stupid, I know. But lesson learned. Let's cover the last instance of him cheating that I will never forget. I went off to my evening class for my grad program. Class was 2 hours long. He texted me before class to tell me he was going to his friend's house to watch Monday Night Football. He told me that I was not to text him as his friend lived in the middle of nowhere and had bad reception. Based on this text alone I knew he was going to be out cheating. 1. He hated sports. He never watched them. 2. Never, ever had he explicitly told me not to text him. I left it alone for a while. I sent him a meme I saw, giving him the benefit of the doubt, and when the picture immediately delivered I knew he was lying. I texted him a few more times, sort of playing dumb, acting like I was so excited my text delivered because he had told me he wouldn't have cell reception. He promptly blocked my number. Admittedly, this is where I sort of lost it. It had been 8 months of him lying to me, cheating, and gaslighting me into thinking I was the crazy one and he did nothing wrong. This was my breaking point. I knew who the other girl was. He made it no secret. This girl posted everything on her social media platforms. She could barely do anything without posting about it somewhere. So I asked my friend to look at her Instagram story to see if she was out with him. Sure enough, there he was at a restaurant with her. My friend took a screenshot and sent it to me. This hurt especially because I knew this girl didn't have a car. He didn't either, and he lived far away, so it was clear that he borrowed his mom's car to take her out. He told me he'd never be able to do that for me because his mom was so strict. I messaged him on Instagram, for some reason he didn't block me there, and asked him if he was downtown. Immediately he told me, "You are ducking insane. How could I be at my friend's house and downtown at the same time? My friends and I are laughing as you speak. You are ducking crazy and everyone knows it." You see, he didn't know I had a picture of him downtown. I was saving that for later so that I'd have proof that he was manipulating me and lying to me. He continued to go on and on about how psychotic I was. I knew he was drunk so I just let it go. The next morning, he unblocked my number and texted me, "Good morning," like I'd magically forget what I saw from the night before. Immediately I told him to cut the bullcrap and that he needed to seriously explain what happened last night. He sent me a paragraph about how he shouldn't have to explain to me that he wasn't downtown. I was stupid for thinking otherwise. He had no car and no money, because he spent all his money on me like good boyfriends do, so even if he wanted to go on a date he couldn't. I responded, "So did someone fake this picture of you downtown? Is someone out to get you?" And sent the picture. Immediately he said, "You got me, I've been lying this whole time." He proceeded to tell me he was, in fact, cheating on me for the whole relationship. He was dating this girl before him and I started dating, and decided he didn't want to let either of us go, thus starting 2 relationships. He did his best for neither of us to find out, but my intuition let me know almost immediately something was off. Dumped him, blocked him, and later found out the other girl did the same a few weeks after me. He spiraled out of control afterwards. Even wrote me a letter begging for me back. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes, smile. My boyfriend M27 was dating me F22 for a little over 2 years. I do not have social media and live 30 minutes away, so I'm assuming he used this to his advantage. When we were out we ran into one of his friends I've never met. He told his friend I was his cousin and looked nervous. Obviously this was a glaring red flag. I did not say anything because I was so hurt and in shock. I was frozen and could not react. The next day I made a Facebook and found his profile. Basically everything was hidden, and then I saw some girl's profile picture with him in it. I went on her profile and it said divorced from him for 1.5 years. Obviously that was a little inside joke and they were dating. I messaged him to confront him about the cousin thing. He said he had no idea what I was talking about, to which I responded, "You don't remember what you did the day before?" I then asked if he was dating someone else and he said no. I sent him the girl's profile and said, "With your low standards you are going to give someone in social disease. I did not agree to being ducked over by you. I am nobody's side piece or girlfriend that allows her boyfriend to cheat." He blocked me and gave me no explanation. I messaged the girl too with tons of proof and she blocked me too. I feel like he chose her over me. I have no explanation. I feel like I need closure and I feel shut out by her too. I feel like such an idiot. What's worse is I'm upset about the relationship ending because I liked him so much. I don't get why he two-timed for so long. I just feel so confused and broken. I just want to know why. Hi everyone. This is a really long story but I'll make it concise. I, 22 female, dated a guy for 3.5 years who was very emotionally offensive toward the end in addition to being a pathological liar. For the past 2.5 years, he's been dating two girls at the same time without their knowledge, and he added a third girl several months ago. I've talked to the guy personally about this situation in addition to talking to my female friend who was one of the girls he dated for 2.5 years. He was exposed back in November, and my friend has told me that she's still sad from time to time about it. This was her first relationship. I want to say more than the usual: he doesn't deserve your tears, get out and do something, don't dwell on it. And actually address the situation, but I'm just at a loss for words. I think she's just crushed that someone could possibly be so horrible yet not fully comprehend why what he did was so despicable. Innocence lost, so to say. Are there things/topics I can talk about that will improve her perspective and well-being? If you've been in a similar situation, how did you cope with it? What is likely to work and what is not likely to work? TLDR, I dated a guy for 3.5 years who was an emotionally offensive pathological liar. He two-timed my friend for 2.5 years and three-timed her for several months. Well, I'm sure it must be considered two-timing, but here's the story. I have a friend, girl A, who I liked for a while. Met her 3 years ago. A year ago I told her I liked her. She told me she liked me when she met me, but then she kinda became more of a friend and is no longer interested. I talked to her again earlier this month and said I liked her, and my feelings for her were getting in the way of my other relationships. She admitted to liking me too, but said liking someone meant nothing. A few days went by, no word, which is slightly unusual for her, but not unheard of. However, in light of recent conversation it seemed like a bad sign, and I figured she didn't want a relationship, so I told her, let's pretend that never happened. Your friendship means a lot to me. Backtrack 2 months ago from today, I met a girl B, who I kind of liked. She had never been in a relationship before and was scared to date me because she thought I wouldn't take things as seriously as she would. We kissed, girl B, a little over a month ago, about 2 weeks prior to my confrontation with the first girl A, where we admitted to liking each other. Now this already seems like a problem, but because we didn't act on it, it seemed fine, to me, at the time, I guess. Now here's where it gets dirty. Girl B's roommate is very close friends with girl A, and when the roommate caught word of what was happening from both sides, she warned girl B. This happened 3 days ago, and girl B confronted me today about it. I had not heard from girl A in a long time, had forgotten about our talk, but I realized how poorly timed it was. Now I like girl A for a long time, but it has become clear to me she might just hate me now. Girl B does not hate me, and I tried to explain that I was not interested in girl A and that what I told girl A happened in a time when I was not sure how my relationship with girl B would go. I feel like I messed up bad. Both girls are pretty tight with a lot of my friends or people I know. Since that incident, I really did not try to get with any girl besides girl B, but girl A and the roommate will probably try to ruin things between girl B and I guys. I really messed up. I know I did something awful and I will probably have to pick my poison, but I would like some real advice from someone who is not going to try to tear me apart. I get it, I did wrong, but try to work with me here. I, female 23, have been cheating on my boyfriend, male 29, ever since month anniversary. We have been together for 2 years now and he's honestly an amazing guy. Literally perfect on paper and in person. He always calls and texts me every time he's changing his plans. Tells me he loves me every morning and night. He has taken me out of the country multiple times with a DM without his family and he's paid for everything. He's met my family and spent holidays and events with us and it's perfect when I'm with him, but when I'm not, I tend to wander. Most of my friends like me with him and say that we're goals, but one of my close friends thinks otherwise. She says since I has so much going for me, I can sew 10 times better and that since I'm dating such a sensitive guy, he's probably take me back. I think that's when I started cheating. The first guy, Mark, I cheated on him with was at our 3-month mark. It was with a guy I was casually pairing off with before I met my BF, we'll call him Sam. I slept him twice in a 2-week radius. Says was okay, but this guy came quickly, so I stopped seeing him. I went 11 months being faithful to my BF until I met this older man who had a wife and 2 kids, we'll call him Patrick. For 4 months, he and I saw each other 2 to 3 times a month at a hotel near his job. He was very well endowed but could never get me to finish, but I was okay with that, I guess, since made it worth my while. Yes, he gave me money after every encounter, but I just loved the excitement that came along with meeting him every time. While seeing Patrick, he made me realize that it was easier to sleep with married men since they know boundaries and can keep secrets, so 3 months in, I created a seeking arrangement profile. I met this lawyer who I started seeing on the weeks I didn't see Patrick. After a while it got boring and they both were becoming attached, so I quit cold turkey. A couple months went and Mark texted me out the blue while I was with my boyfriend Sam. Sam saw the text between me and Mark and went through my phone. I had deleted most of my texts with Mark, but there were some flirtatious texts I had forgotten about. Sam continued to go through my phone but did not find anything because I have always deleted messages after I finish my encounters. For the next 3 days following that, we were on some rocky terms, and due to the fact that the woman he previously dated before me cheated on him, so he has a lot of trust issues. I really want to stop cheating on him, but he just seems to be that every time we go a long period of time without seeing each other, I get the urge to flirt with other men. We're moving in together soon and I hope I will have stopped by then. It's been a little over 6 months since I've cheated on him. Yes, I know you probably think I'm a crappy person and I will not try to justify it. All I know is all those encounters weren't the small satisfaction that I had at the time. Update: I broke up with him.